women, okay. DJ had touched on this at NAM. I went to NAM and he was talking. It's like a woman asked him, like, do you have any advice for a woman? It's it's hard, and his response was, nobody cares. Now, here's the thing, right? And it's perfectly fine because it's true. Nobody's gonna be more sensitive with you because you're a woman. So let me ask you something. Is the game a lot tougher for you because you are a woman? And have you seen it work out for a man differently than it worked out for you because of being a woman?
Clap it up like J.Brock, because I can score with a second on the clock.
So yeah, man. Rest in peace to the great Nipsey Hussle. Yes. Where were you at, and when did you get the news that Nipsey Hussle passed?
I remember vividly. I was hanging out with my homeboy Top. He lived downtown at the time, and someone actually sent me his video on Instagram.
What video?
Of Nip on the ground.
On the ground. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was painful.
So that was the first news for me. Yeah. Like somebody DM'd me the video.
So that was the very first.
I was inside of my homeboy's house.
That's crazy.
And I was on Instagram, and the homie D was like, Nip got shot. And he sent me the actual footage. And I was like, oh my God, like this was, you do not, like, I did not want to see that. Yeah. And it was literally them like flipping him on to flipping Nip on his side. I don't know what they were trying to do, or maybe trying to find where the bullet was. I don't know, but that's how I saw him on the ground, fighting for his life. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, devastating.
And then I get in the car. I leave maybe like 15 minutes later. I get in the car and it's all over the radio. And then I'm just bawling in the car. Yeah. I'm bawling in the car. I'm like, it didn't even seem real. Getting that news was so unreal. But I will say we celebrated him so right. I have, growing up in the Crenshaw district, the whole city was outside.
Facts.
It was so beautiful. Yeah. It was so peaceful. Like, it was 1,000+ people out there, like on top of the donut house, on, you know what I'm saying, Hungry Heroes. I mean, we was so thick out there celebrating him.
Went through different hoods and different sections too, and it was cool. It was cool, beautiful.
It was the most like emotional, impactful. It was beautiful. It was just. I will never forget that day. I still got all my videos and all the footage of everything. Everybody outside. We were outside. I mean, to be on the Crenshaw and Slauson with 1,000+ people.
Man, and it's cool.
It's cool.
It's cool.
It ain't no issues. Yeah. I mean, that just goes to show, like, damn, he left a mark.
For real.
He left a real mark.
Now, you were old enough for Tupac's passing to understand that. Now, I know people were saying, like,
well, this is school.
Okay. So I was people were saying, like, this must have been what people felt like when Tupac died. So do you remember kind of the like how that was?
I remember it a little bit. So it's interesting because when Biggie and Pac passed away, I was in school. I remember hearing about the news over like the intercom.
Yeah, see, it wasn't social media. So
it wasn't social media then, but they talked about it over the intercom, like when we were in the classroom. Yeah. And it, of course, like I didn't grow up in like the Biggie Tupac, even though I didn't. It would have been more so like anybody. Like I was born in '85. It would have been more people like a generation before me.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like I wasn't old enough to go to Biggie shows. I wasn't old enough to go see Tupac perform. You know, I'm 11 and 12 years old. But if you was 20, 21, 22 at the time, then you got to really experience that. I was just hearing them on the radio. My first introduction to music was East Coast. That's why I fell in love with Biggie. Right? Yeah, from my uncle. My uncle played basketball in New York, and he used to babysit me. That's all he played was New York music, East Coast music. So that's my first real introduction to like full on rap. Right. Even though it was really Snoop, because my first rap album was Murder Was the Case. That's the first one I bought with my own album.
Yes,
I mean, my own money. Yeah. But my full on introduction to rap and like really unpeeling hip hop and music was East Coast music. So, and I'm talking about real like underground East Coast. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I instantly took to Big. You know, of course, I'm not really understanding, but I'm like, this shit is fly. Like, he's fly. The videos was fly.
Yeah. Big got a flow.
His immaculate flow. Yeah. Like, it was just an era. Like, that Bad Boy era was like, there's nothing like it. And there was nothing like it. You know what I mean? So, And West Coast dog pound era, we just got Dickies on. We spitting that shit too. The gangster rap was dope, but it was something about that bad boy era.
Yeah, facts on the real.
That shit was just so fly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That shit was just so fly.
They did it their way, and I think that was when they started to really make noise. Yeah, and that's when they. Now I got to ask you, speaking on West Coast, speaking on specifically West Coast music and losing our people in this. As a woman, being a curator of like men in music. How much do you value a man's voice in the city and doing what he's doing to leave that type of impact, knowing that, like we said, they could be here today and gone tomorrow? Mm-hmm. How much do you cherish that?
I cherish it a lot. That's why I create the platforms for it, because I feel like no one's doing it. Mm-hmm. Oftentimes, I feel like a lot of men are just overlooked, underappreciated, and they don't really, get their accolades. And I want to be able to create that. You know what I mean? I mean, for women too, like as a woman, I want to get behind and support women. We're not together enough for me. I feel like everybody's on their own shit when we can really come together and we could be one big force.
Facts. Yeah, I feel that.
I feel like we're more powerful as a unit. And that's why I create like the brunches and stuff like that to try to bring us together more. And even like the Brotherhood Brunch, the whole purpose of that was to try to put like-minded men in the same room. So hopefully you guys can work together. You guys can meet new people. You can establish a relationship from that, and hopefully I want them to get bigger and bigger and bigger. I would love to fill up a brunch with hundreds of men, not just black men, but just with men, period. White, Hispanic, Asian, just men that all share a common goal. So I want to continue to create platforms for men to have a voice, to feel appreciated, to feel loved, and to know that we see you, we hear you, and we support you.
100%. Now, women. Okay, DJ had touched on this at NAMM. I went to NAMM and he was talking. It's like a woman asked him, like, do you have any advice for a woman? It's it's hard, and his response was, nobody cares. Now, here's the thing, right? And it's perfectly fine because it's true. Nobody's gonna be more sensitive with you because you're a woman. So let me ask you something. Is the game a lot tougher for you because you are a woman? And have you seen it work out for a man differently than it worked out for you because of being a woman? Because you got a lot of stories women are taken advantage of. Dudes, like to do little whatever they do, and that's the case. So speak on that.
No, actually, for me, no, I would say no, because it's interesting. My journey, I would say, per se. I mean, have I had men try to like, well, you should pull out, like, music industry niggas. Oh, you should pull up to my room in my hotel and we could talk. Like me trying to book them for something. They want me to pull up over here or come to my house or let's do dinner. No, I want to do business. I don't want to do dinner. For what? We talk about it over the phone. Let's email. I'll talk to your manager. Like we don't have to have the interaction. Like I don't mind going through whoever. If that's what it is, I don't want that from you. I want the business. Like my name is clean out here. Can't nobody say they hit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't selling my soul for this. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, oftentimes you do hear about a lot of women like it's harder for me. I don't look at it like that. I'm out here just hustling.
That's right.
I'm really out here hustling. And I think that so far, a lot of men have seen that. Like, she really puts in the work. She's about it. She's professional. She's organized. And by the grace of God, I've been able to get opportunities from that. You know what I mean? So I don't really have, like, well, women are treated unfair. And, and I know it's out there. You know what I mean? But by the grace of God, like I said, I really put in 1,000 hours behind what I'm doing. And I think that it just doesn't go unnoticed.
Yeah, the respect. It's the respect level. They gotta respect your game.
Yeah,
they gotta respect, and we talking game in the good emphasis. We're not talking game in the bad emphasis. You know what I'm saying? We talking Khrissy gonna get on the court. She gonna lead the league in assists. You know what I'm saying? She gonna do all that. I'm
do my best. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I still have a long way to go.
Yeah,
I'm not nowhere near where I want to be.
Yeah,
nowhere near.
Okay, now I'll be feeling uncomfortable saying that. Because I'm at a place where I want to be, but I'm not where I want to be. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like...
I'm really just learning how to trust the process and enjoy the process.
Yeah.
I'm living in the moment and enjoying all the small wins.
Yeah.
And they might...
they add up.
And let me stop calling them small wins because everything if I set a goal in my head and I've accomplished that, that's a big win.
Yeah, facts.
I was able to see it through.
Yeah.
That's not a small win. That's a big win.
Yeah.
Because I was able to get from point A to point Z.
Exactly.
That's huge.
It's a meme about that. A win's a win. A win's a win. That's what they say. A win's a win.
Let me stop calling them little wins.
A win is a win. If you're doing what you got to do, and the cold part about it may hurt.
We're able to accomplish it. That's a win.
A win is a win.
And I'm enjoying all of that.
Yeah, you got to.
How big or how small it is. I'm enjoying all of that.
Just clap it up for that, man. You got, you know what I'm saying? A win is a win, baby. You got to understand that.
Now, enjoy the process.
Now, speaking of the wins, I mean, Khrissy B is a big stepper. You know what I'm saying? You had a BET experience. You know, you just was in the presence of Too Short, Ice Cube, LL Cool J.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? And,
I was freaking out.
do you get fangirled?
That's my first time really. Like, I don't get starstruck.
Okay.
But then, oh my God, seeing LL Cool J, first of all, like, E40, Too Short.
Come on.
All of them, they are like legends.
Yeah, come on,
They are like legends, right? So I was like, damn, am I really like right here with them?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it was something about LL that really caught me off guard.
What was it?
Because I'm like a huge, to know me is to know. Like, I love, we have the same exact birthday. Shout out to my
oh my gosh, yeah.
But I can't even explain it. Like, Sway kept like, he was like, go get the photo. I'm like, go get the photo. Gina had the camera out. She's like, girl, if you don't go get your photo. And I'm like, oh my God. I walked up to him and couldn't really get my words out. But it was just a moment for me because this is somebody I've been listening to my whole life.
Yeah.
Since I can remember listening to music. Like, one of my favorite songs of all time is Loungin'. Like, Boom
that
System
song is
by
hard.
LL Cool J. Like, you talking about somebody that's a real voice and staple in music and hip hop and instrumental and what I listen to every day, all day. And to meet this man in person, like, I've been listening to him for 20 years.
Yeah, facts.
Watching him for 20 years. Like, and watching his accomplishments and make hit after hit after hit. Like, I really love this shit. And to see him in person, I'm like, oh, hell no. Like, I was screaming on the inside. Like, I didn't even know how to deal with it. So that's where the kind of like starstruck came from because again, like, he's a GOAT. LL is a GOAT. So that was the first time I really feel like I experienced it. And I will never forget that day. Like, I'm so grateful for Sway and for Gina and all the opportunities and stylists and all the opportunities that everybody has just, you know, placed in my lap and putting me in certain rooms. You know what I mean? Like, I'm forever. And I'll always let people know, like, you know, I have a team behind me. People that really, like, fuck with me. By the grace of God. Like, I am surrounded by some really great people that I can trust. That really have my best interest, and that's important. You know what I mean? Being surrounded by the right people. So, the teamwork.
Yep. Speak on Salas, man. If you don't know who Salas is the guy that you may not think is the guy, but he's the guy. You know what I'm saying? So speak on Salas, man. Speak on Salas's impact, and then we're gonna jump into also Poly Rob. But speak on Salas's impact because not too long ago you said you didn't know Salas, you didn't know DJ Head. Speak on meeting Salas and then how he's had an impact on what you do.
I think I met Salas. It might have been when Chuck was because I had to go. You know, he manages Chuck and Head. And I probably met Salas during the time I booked Chuck for music and media, right? For music and media back in 2017, because Chuck was a part of my first panel, my very, very first panel. I had Chuck Dizzle on the panel. So I think that's probably my introduction to Salas. And then Salas, it was like, you know, I've been watching you all these years. Like, every single year, I'm just watching what you're doing. I see you've, like, grown every single year and create your platform. And I think our business professional relationship started like a year and a half ago when he called me to help me produce and help with Gina for the Global Music Festival. And shit. And we've been locked in a little bit more close since then, you know. But in a nutshell, he's a really big powerhouse out here. Like, he's the glue to a lot of shit. He is the plug to a lot of shit. He's just a lot of people's go-to person. You know, Salas has his hands in everything. No, literally.
On the real.
Everything in LA, I feel like he has his hands in. That's any moving pieces, a lot of moving pieces, he has his hands in. So I don't know how he sleeps at night. I just don't. Like, I was telling him, like, I don't know how Salas sleeps. I don't think he does, but he just has his hands on a lot of things, and he just knows how to recognize talent and good people and get behind good people.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
he's just, that's his gift.
Yeah.
Is really getting behind and supporting the city.
That's right.
Ed too and Chuck. Like they are very important. We protecting them at all costs. There ain't no shade about DJ Head. Ain't no shade about Chuck Dizzle. Ain't no shade about Salads. Like protect them at all costs, and that's how I feel.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like they have been nothing but supportive to me, and I know everybody's stories are different, but you got to get out here and work. Like
that's it.
My shit didn't get handed to me. Nothing got handed to me. I spent all my 9-to-5 money on everything,
and that's what it takes.
It takes that. I sacrifice. You know, like I have to. It ain't always good. I credit cards hiked up, bank account empty. Like it's the hustle. Like it's the grind. Like
and see,
we
that's
go broke behind our shit.
And that's the beautiful thing. Like
it's a process.
Here's the thing. We all have that gift. We all have that calling. But just because it's your calling, don't mean it's gonna be straightforward. You gotta stress. You gotta strain. You gotta, you gotta lose. You gotta go through the losses.
If it was easy, we would all be up.
Yeah, facts. Come on now.
If it was easy, we would all be up. But this is not for everybody. This game is not for everybody.
And the process separates those who it's for from those who it's not for. It's that simple.
People having ideas and are too afraid to get those ideas out because they're afraid of like what somebody's going to say or what somebody's going to think, and are afraid of failure,
rejection.
Of rejection. You know how many amazing ideas people are sitting on because they're scared? I have pushed through so much fear and anxiety. Anything I want to do, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it. And if it don't work, it don't work. But at least I can say I tried.
You try. You can always live with knowing that you attempted.
Live with it.
You can know you
at least did it. And if it was a flop, then it was a flop.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. A lot of people and they don't see it through. A lot of ideas only last about a year or two. You know what I mean? Like people are so afraid of just like, okay, that didn't work the first year, so let me go back in and let me figure out what I gotta. Let me take these next 6 months and let me figure out what the issue is, and then we go back in and let me keep it going. Because I know I got something. I know I'm sitting on something, but people are too afraid of that.
Yeah. You know I ain't gonna cap. Speaking of that fear, I was afraid of doing what I'm doing because I felt like I would look stupid. I was afraid, being a motivational speaker, whatever, my insecurities, a lot of that held me back from starting this type of stuff earlier. Because I was so afraid that ain't nobody gonna mess with me. Ain't nobody gonna believe in me. But the crazy part was when I listened to God and I understood to myself, I said, in order for you to be what you want to be, you have to gain confidence and you got to grow love for yourself. And that's just all it is. Once you can gain that confidence within yourself and love yourself, it's nothing you can't do. And at the same time, people going to still say stuff about you and it's still going to hurt. But you got to have a heart.
You're out here.
Yeah, you got to be, you got to have a heart. You got to have a heart to say, okay, they said what they said, it did hurt, but I'm going to keep going forward.
Absolutely.
And that's what it's about. You can't be afraid of the battles, man. So speaking on this, I've also been told no plenty of times, and everybody don't mess with me. Khrissy B applied to Homegrown Radio and still ain't got a response.
I'm still waiting. Chuck,
what's going on?
Still ain't responded.
What's going on, man?
They left me on red.
Oh, red. But it's a part of the game.
Not just red, but red.
Yeah, it's a part of the game. Now, speak on that. Speak on the opportunities that you tried but you missed. Speak on that and how that made you feel.
I think at this point, I've gotten so numb to it.
Yeah.
I've gotten so numb to it. And I don't take offense to it. You can't.
Yeah, you can't.
I don't take offense to it anymore. If somebody doesn't want to work with me or says no, that's okay. I don't take offense to it. I keep it pushing.
That's right.
I fuck with who fucks with me.
That's right.
Period. I'm not stressing nobody. If I got a budget for you and I want you that bad, I'm gonna make sure I got the budget. If I don't have the budget, I'm gonna get the budget and come back when I do got the budget. But I'm not stressed about none of that. Like the no's do not affect me anymore. Like they used to, of course. I'm like, well, damn, like my shit cracking. Like I got something here. I'm working with something. Like my platform is dope, but I don't get fazed by them anymore. I don't take anything personal. I don't take anything personal.
That's good.
So this is a business that you have to have very tough skin for.
Yeah.
You have to know who you are. I know who I am and what I have, and I know my product.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So, and it's funny because them tables always turn. And
they come back?
I always bring them with them receipts.
Yeah.
I got receipts. I love showing receipts. You know what I mean? Because people forget. Yeah. I'm like, well, 3 years ago, did you forget that I tried to reach out to you? But now all of a sudden you see this is going on over here, so now you want to work with me. But you know what? I don't have time right now.
Close the door.
Yeah, right now,
Close the door. Close the door.
The slot is filled.
Ooh, close the door.
Somebody else got that spot. But you can email me in like 3 months and see where I'm at, and we can figure it out then.
Not 3 months. Not a quarter of a year later.
Yeah, like the books will be back open in March. So if you want to hit me up in March.
But you know what?
So the tables always turn.
You earn that right. You earn that right. Yeah. And see, that's why I think it's so important to be respectful.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be respectful in this game because, you know, if that's the last thing people can say about you, it's like, well, what good are you then?
Yeah.
You can at least just be like, you know what, today just ain't the time. I'm so sorry. Mm-hmm. And when it double back, it's on a respect tip.
Absolutely.
You know, and I think we deal with a lot of big egos in this industry. Mm-hmm. Egos out the world.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? How do you deal with those egos? And do you have an ego that you had to learn how to keep on track?
Yeah, I think the more I dived into like music and entertainment, I had to check myself because I have to remember too, like, I was once that person just trying to work with somebody. I was once that person that had to email because I was so interested in working with this person or wanting an opportunity. I was once that person. Mm-hmm. And when I get those kind of when I get, people hitting me up all day, I get frustrated, like, well, fuck, but I can't. I have to check myself because I'm like, all they're trying to do is they're just trying to figure out. They just want to work. They just want an opportunity, just like I did once upon a time. Mm-hmm. So I have to check that because I do get overwhelmed, and a lot of people don't understand. Like I'm a one-man band. Like I do all this shit by myself. You know, I have a team of like 2 people, but I do 95% of everything by myself.
Booking, walkthroughs, everything.
Everything by myself.
Yeah.
And people take offense to that. Like, well, you never got back to me. I can't get back to you right now. Like, I'm trying to. And that's why I respond to everybody. The comments, I try to say something. If it's emoji. Like, I'm that person. Like, I spend so much time on my phone just because I'm trying to hit. I go through all my DMs. Yeah. I have so many that I still need to go through. Like, I go through everything. With some bullshit, I'll leave you there. Yeah. But I try to respond to everybody. Like, thank you for reaching out. I appreciate it. Just send me an email. I'll check it out when I can. Because I know how that feels. Yeah. To not have to, for somebody not to respond to me. Or for somebody to leave me on red. I know how that feels. So I try not to be that person. I try not to have an ego. I'm not bigger than the program.
Facts. Ain't nobody bigger than the program.
I'm not bigger than the program. I don't care how big I get. I could be motherfucking Karen Civil. I'm not bigger than the program. I'm never going to be bigger than the program.
Yeah.
I'm never too big to reach out to somebody and ask for help or to respond to somebody. Like, me and you, we equal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because I got status and money, that's where people really get it, like, confused, because a lot of people with status feel like they are bigger than the program, but they're not. You know, like, money and power does not make you. I'm a human. I bleed just like you. There's no different. You know what I mean? So I will never be, again, can't stress it. I'll never be bigger than the program. So I always try to, like, make sure I'm reciprocating. But I need people to understand too that I'm one person. I'm a human, and I can't get back to everybody, but I try.
That's right.
You know, that's just where I'm at with it. You know, I want to give people opportunities. I want to be able to create and help people, and I get a lot of people that want me to manage them and do this and do that. I can't do it all, and it's nothing personal. I just cannot. I don't have the capacity to do it. You know what I mean? And once the shit gets bigger, then absolutely. Once we get a full, and it will get there. You know, the brand will grow to a full team and a full staff. Then we'll be able to accommodate all the requests. You know, the ones that are at least good.
Yeah. Oh, because you got to go against that too. You putting your name on people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you up against that. How many times has that played out not in your favor though? Like, how many times? Like, you know, you got to be careful who you vouch for, who you hooking up, and how many times have you felt the flip side?
So far, I haven't experienced that yet.
Okay, that's good.
You know, like, I'm very, very careful.
Yeah,
I'm very, very careful who I deal with. So I'm very observant. I know all about you before it even gets to that point. I know what hood you from, if you from a hood. I know where you live. I know where your mama live. I know a lot about you before we even step into that ring.
She got the connections, boy.
You know what I'm just saying? Like, I'm asking around. Like, if people hit me, I get industry people hit me all the time and say, oh, I'm so-and-so and I work with so-and-so. I'm asking everybody I know that knows this person.
You have to.
Give me this homework on this person first before I even respond.
Is that extra important for you because you're a woman?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what your intentions are. What do you want from me? Like, people be trying to reach out to me based on who my daughter's father is. All of that shit.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
That's
like,
different. Yeah.
It gets real. Like I have to be very, very careful. People be having real cruel intentions. Like, oh, let me try to fuck with her because her baby daddy is so and so.
Yeah.
Like, you're not about to try to get on with me or think you're gonna get on with me. Like, I don't insult my intelligence. You know what I mean? So I have to protect that, if anything. Like, I'm protecting that. I'm protecting my child. I'm protecting me.
That's right.
You know, it's just her and I. You know what I'm saying? And people really be feeling like they have motives. Like, okay, you know, she connected with so and so. So let me just try to see if I can finesse my way in here. No, sir.
You have to be strong minded and be able to get through that.
About who I deal with. So I'm not playing that.
Yeah, because you're seeing, Khrissy B at the BET Awards. Speak on that experience. I mean, she was fly as ever. She be doing her modeling thing. Speak on that experience. You had a green dress on or something like that.
I
fly.
did.
You know what I'm saying? Speak on that. What is it like? We growing up watching BET our entire life. To be able to have a seat in the room.
Oh, it was crazy. It was a great experience, but I probably rather watch it on TV than actually be at an award show.
She got the experience already, y'all. She did it already.
Like,
She been there and done that.
And don't get me wrong. When they invite me, I'm going out every time. Don't get it twisted. I'm popping up. Every time I get invited, I'm popping up. But it's just, it takes away from like the excitement of really watching the awards just because it's really actually being filmed. You're watching the production side of it. Once you go to commercial breaks, then people are getting up. People are moving around.
You seeing them blow their nose and all the little funny stuff.
It's weird. And then the camera's back on, and then all of a sudden everybody now you showing face. Yeah, it's weird. I'm like, well, shit. I thought award shows for all these years were like concerts.
Yeah.
Just very fluent.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yeah.
It's a production.
Yeah. TV timeouts.
That takes away from the whole excitement of it.
Yeah.
But this BT Awards was amazing. Like watching that Bad Boy tribute to Diddy was phenomenal. Like Shine coming out with Diddy, that was a big deal.
And Shine is a political figure.
The
like
locks,
that's crazy.
And then I went to R&B night for Rock Nation, and I saw Shine there. I was having a whole conversation with him. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah, facts.
Like being able to meet him and experience that. And again, that was just that era that I absolutely love.
Yeah.
Like being able to meet these people and be in the same room with these people. It's more so like humbling because these are figures for me. These are artists that I love and watch and enjoy listening to their music growing up.
And you made your mark. That'd be crazy to me too. Like the people I have the people we can have conversations with nowadays. It's like, wow, I used to just listen to you on the radio. I told Gina, like, I used to just watch you on TV. Just equating YouTube onto TV. Yeah. It's crazy because it's like, had you not did this, you wouldn't be doing, because Khrissy's thing is, I do shit. You wouldn't be doing shit if you had not moved on that mark. That's a beautiful situation. So speaking on this, man, we are in great hands in the city. Unfortunately, we have people that pass. I want you to speak on G.I. Joe and even just a little bit of the relationship. She got the shirt on. Rest in peace, G.I. Joe.
I had to wear my bro today. It's the holidays. I was feeling like I needed him with me. This is a way of being able to carry him with me. But G.I. went to Crenshaw, knew him from the Crenshaw district. We the same age. Watched him too. Like, watched where he started to what he became and what he was turning into. For me, it was personal. Like, this is the first, I think, close friend's death I've experienced. So it was tough when he transitioned, because he has so much more to do and to accomplish and to go. I was like, not him. Like, I still don't. I still have not been. I guess I'm not at peace yet still with his passing, because I still don't understand why. And it takes time. It takes time, but I'm still not at peace with his passing, because I'm like, why? Yeah. It wasn't time for him to go. But that's not my call either. It obviously was his time to go. I just don't understand why yet. So it was tough. It was just tough. And, I pray for his family, for his children every day. That's somebody I think about all the time, every day. And what was so dope about him is that he had his own thing.
That's right.
G.I. had his own lane.
Yeah.
Him and Nip were childhood friends, but he wasn't trying to, like, capitalize off of that. He wasn't trying to eat off of that. Nip brought him in because he knew that was his day one and he had talent. And I even said this, like, I'm like, G.I. might be one of the hardest from the Crenshaw district, and that's no shade to nobody. I love them all. Rhodey, J Stone, all of them my bros too. But G.I. just understood, like, again, this is that Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas, you know, he had that to me. You know what I mean? Like, he just had a different kind of flow. And that he grew up listening to like all the GOATs and understood, like, you know, just cohesiveness and bars and rap and wordplay and just how to sound and how to project your voice. He had that shit naturally to me. Like, he can flow. Like, he can really flow. So I was just excited to just continue to watch him grow. He was writing for 2 Chainz, ghost writing and doing a lot of shit behind the scenes. And again, it was just somebody I was like, oh my God, like, no. Just no. Lord, no. But, you know, I know where he's at. I will say I feel at peace with knowing that he's in heaven. That his soul is resting peacefully. And that his legacy will also, you know, live on and continue. You know what I mean? Like, his people, his friends, his fans, his crew, his entourage is going to continue to carry his name, and so will I.
That's right.
And in whatever way I can. You know what I mean? That was like really my brother. So
that's right.
You know, rest in peace to G.I., man.
Rest
you
in
know,
peace.
and yeah, that's bro.
Okay,
that's
so
bro.
Last but not least, what do you clap it up for, Khrissy?
I clap it up for you.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
I clap it up for you and giving you your flowers because you know, going back to our why, you staying consistent, you creating a platform for yourself, closing out the year strong, and just being unapologetically yourself.
That's right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to clap it up for you.
That's right.
Yep.
Say like that. Put an end to it right there. Thank you so much.